Mohair is harvested from Angora goats. It's a light, elastic and durable fibre with a high lustre and sheen, and is used in fibre blends to add these qualities to a textile. New Zealand's mohair production is small but well supported by processing industries and is more profitable than sheep wool. It may be an option worth considering for those wanting to add some variety to their fibre production mix.
We farm 1,200 acres in central Hawke's Bay. We farm sheep and beef, and as an extra we have 300 goats, Angora goats for mohair. We were trying to look at the diversification of the farming operation. So we heard about the guy who was selling his flock of Angora goats as he was stepping out of his Angora business after about 20 odd years. So we had a chance, an opportunity to buy a whole flock of Angora goats. There was a steep learning curve for me, very different from sheep. They are more like I sort of call them miniature dairy cows, because everything they have, they put into producing mohair. They love everything. The bigger rubbish it is, they will eat it. They still need a good feed to produce sort of good quality mohair. The goats are well known for their foot rot problems. I used to clip and foot rot everything in the flock, but thanks to a bit of a selection, I just run them through the trough now once or twice a year, and I clip the odd goat. But other than that, they're good. Worm-wise, they share the same worms as sheep, so therefore it's quite dangerous for the sheep. So we have sort of developed a system I've got separate paddocks for cattle and goats only, so the sheep are not allowed in there. According to the tables, they're considered just 0.7 stock unit, but because they are browsers, no grazers, and they've got different habits than sheep, I consider them sort of over 1 stock unit. As I said, I do not supplement feed them unless there's a drought, harsh winter conditions, or they're kidding. So this is a bit of like a lolly for a kid. So you can see they're quite excited about it. They do love thistles and gorse. It's amazing watching them munching on it, but they do not eat them all year round. There's a certain time of the year they must be sweeter when they eat them, so not all year round. So they cannot really be used as a thistle control. So after sharing, or newborns, there's no body fat for them, so they do suffer with cold and stress. So especially after sharing, I've got sheltered gullies for them to hide, or sheds for a couple of weeks. Come on, greedies. Let's have some treat. They're shown twice a year. We are in a bit cooler climate than the guys up north, so we share in March and then in September, which coincides with the kidding in October, so twice a year. The most valuable is the kid fleece, but they produce probably first clip is probably just under 1 kilo, but that's the most valuable. And then it gets coarser and coarser over the years. But if they produce a good volume, you still get a good price for it. In a single clip, get probably 5 kilos of mohair of an adult.
I am currently the classer of the mohair for my son Michael, who's taken over the business. I used to be the owner of the business, and Michael's taken it over. Currently in New Zealand, there are approximately 8,000 to 10,000 Angora goats. At the moment, we've got 2 fibre warehouses, a smaller one in the South Island, and Michael and Susie's mohair fibres at Dotrahonga for marketing the mohair. They're private companies, and we also have Mohair New Zealand, and Michael's the current president with a board from around the country. This is actually an over-length mohair fleece, and tends to get a little bit of stain and stuff with the wet, and we've got a bit of stain here. But the stain, even the stains, they scour up pretty good, and that's worth $6 a kilo anyway. So it's worth the producers putting it in. They sort it out and put it in. So, but if you look at it, it's beautiful handling and soft, and that's why it's such a good product. The return per kilo is really good. I mean, it's averaging over $30 a kilo return. There are sort of things like shearers are getting harder to get, and obviously the cost of everything on farms at the moment has gone up and stuff. So it's more viable than producing for wool anyway, Mike, what a bit. The majority of it is actually being used in New Zealand at the moment, partly because exports have struck a few problems with the cost of shipping going up about 400% and the time to get it over there. So now about 60% is used locally, and mainly through design spun and Napier.
Design Spun's a natural fibre textile processor. We're one of the few mills left in this part of the world, certainly in Australasia, excluding the carpet industry. We process around 80,000 kilos a year. 6,000 to 7,000 kilos of those are mohair. And our main customer base goes into contract yarn manufacturing and into the hand knitting yarn market through our Skeins brand and our skeins.com online. We're a semi-worsted and modified worsted plant. We process scoured fibre, so the mohair goes to the natural fibre goes to the scour. It's greasy at that point. The scouring process takes the grease and the dirt out of the fibre. It's then sent to us in high-density bales. Natural fibre doesn't like pressure, so we put it through an opener or a blending process. We then card it into a sliver, which is then prepared across a range of preparing machines. It's basically been prepared for spinning. The yarn is reeled for dyeing and then it's dyed. Mohair is a lustrous fibre. It takes dye very well, so you get those nice, vivid, bright colours. From there, after dyeing, it's wound to a cone for further manufacture or wound to a ball for the hand knitting and craft yarn market. The demand is still strong and it's growing, and that's a result of the international fibre clip reducing. New Zealand is reducing as well. We think it's probably around about 20,000 kilos, maybe a bit more. It's also benefiting as a natural fibre from the global awareness of synthetics and the impact that they're having on the environment. So there is some prospects for the industry, certainly. There are a few challenges as well, and that's in the attracting farmers to the industry, the leadership of the industry, and because it is reducing, then the infrastructure that is necessary, the likes of the classing pools, also access to scouring, timely scouring is a bit of a challenge as well. But the prospects of mohair are very good.